As the issues of corruption that have been raised by General Chiwenga right inside ZANU-PF continue to rise more and more and causing even more strife, divisions, and the throwing of stones, we hear Godfrey Tsenengamu pours hot water on Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF over corruption. Remember, this man used to be one of the ZANU-PF Politburo members as well as leaders of the youth in ZANU-PF, and he was fired from ZANU-PF for differing with Mnangagwa on sharp issues, right? And he remains the very same guy who began the very push of Mugabe out during those days. You still remember? These were the guys who started making noise about Mugabe and propelling in Emerson Mnangagwa. And at one point, he was really a buddy of Mnangagwa until they had their own fallout again. And I still remember when he came out, he was saying that Mnangagwa did not want to be told the truth, and he happens to be somebody who says things as they are. So because of that, we saw him being fired from ZANU-PF. He left, then he started his own party, and which did not go far. Later on, around the elections, we started to see him again, like joining the team that was campaigning for Kasukwere, and then he left Zimbabwe and went to, I don't know whether it's the UK or America, spent some time there, and it seems like Tsenengamu once again is back. And when he's back, he once hinted that he might want to join ZANU-PF, but then he comes now on a video where he's saying, because of the rot in ZANU-PF, because of the corruption in ZANU-PF, I cannot be found joining ZANU-PF. You know, when ZANU-PF now is criticized by some of their own, like Godfrey Tsenengamu, it really means quite a lot. You see, quite a lot of people are really seeing what is happening within ZANU-PF. Nobody can pretend the way they want to pretend. We've had a lot of Farakashi wanting to say that there is a lot of sabotaging of the economy, and the government is taking stern measures on saboteurs of the economy. And the people like Linda Masarira, the show that we've just done, where she's coming out also joining Farakashi in that bandwagon that is singing the choruses of pseudo saboteurs of the economy, which is just propaganda of ZANU-PF, failing to accept responsibility of their failures. So Tsenengamu is here coming again, speaking about corruption in ZANU-PF, and says, I will never join ZANU-PF because of corruption, because there are things that these people are doing which are not good. And for somebody who has a conscience, it is very difficult. So I think I really salute Tsenengamu for speaking that way and for taking such a stand. I think really it is mature for him to do that. And it might also give him credit in the future. You never know. Maybe Zimbabwean people would consider him, because as he continues to stand for what is right and speaking the truth to power, this really helps quite a lot. Let's hear what Tsenengamu had to say.
And I applied. I had indicated my intention to want to rejoin. And in the there are things that I can also do quite well, even in this series within ZANU-PF. So this initiative is not anti-ZANU-PF, it's anti-corruption. There are nice people within ZANU-PF, there are bad people within ZANU-PF. There are nice people within the opposition, there are bad people within the opposition. So, ndokusaka tati isusu taakuchenga ose taakushanda nemunhu chi wese. Saka hayi kudzokera kumusangano. Hayi nini. So far mabhutsu ndatohenga mudhara, not just kuhenga, ndatobvarura. Zvekupolitics ndakazviona handisurvive, ndinogara ndichingodzingwa. Saka unozoita mbiri yakaipa kungoramba uri munhu wekudzingwa ndipo.
Right, there we have him. So he's saying politics ndogara chitogodzingwa. Yeah, unodzingwa because politicians, especially ZANU-PF, they don't want to be told the truth. You see, when you speak truth, you become an enemy, and to especially ZANU-PF. And that is one reason why every time that things happen in ZANU-PF, they always want to run with propaganda instead of just going to fix the problem that is at hand. ZANU-PF would rather use millions to engage in propaganda, trying to hide the truth of a matter. Instead, maybe dealing with that matter could be even costing, maybe 100,000, just that. But they would rather use $1 million to solve a problem, to cover up a problem through propaganda, a problem that they can solve with just 100,000. That's how ZANU-PF is like. They've been like that. It's in their DNA to lie. So if they don't lie, they will cease to be ZANU-PF. So lying, dishonesty, and ZANU-PF, they are just one and the same thing. That's why Tsenengamu now is talking about the very issue of ZANU-PF, whether he can be found to be joining ZANU-PF once again because of such kind of things. And we need more people like Tsenengamu who would speak the truth to power. You know, once we have more people that to continue to remind Mnangagwa and all his thieves that are surrounding him that you know what you are doing, you are destroying, especially if it's people that have a relationship with him. Because if it comes from the opposition, they will just simply brush it off and say, that's rubbish. We don't listen to those ones. They are, you know, puppets of the West. They are puppets of imperialism and what. But if it is said by some of them or some that came from them, it would really make more impact, because these are the people that shared the same philosophy with you, the same manifesto with you, maybe for quite some long time, and comrades in arms with you. But today they are being able to stand in a position where they point out. That's what Jonathan Moyo did in the first days, where he could point out and spoke quite a lot about Mnangagwa before he was bought again. And now he has changed his language back again to hero worshipping and praising Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF. So those are unstable people like Jonathan Moyo, who can't stand on one thing. They don't know who they are. They are amphibian. So they don't know whether they are birds or they are mammals. So that is the problem. So we want politicians that stand for the truth, who would speak things as they are. And once we have such kind of leaders, we'll be able to tackle problems that are affecting the country, and issues are solved quickly without people wasting time in lies and propaganda, like what we continue to see ZANU-PF doing. While they are doing that, of course, they think that they are succeeding, they are gaining ground, but instead they are losing more ground. Do you know that if you are criticized that there are no ambulances, there's no need for you to go and start to take photos of ambulances in South Africa or somewhere else or on internet and you want to show them? If you are criticized that Mbudzi interchange is not finished up to now, there's no need for Rakash to be taking some interchanges that are in other countries and present them on social media as Mbudzi interchange, like what we have seen happening many times, or some solar panels that were taken from France there and were presented as the solar panels that Wigno Chivayo has planted at the Gwanda Solar Project. So, you know, it doesn't work because it will not improve anything. You see, the lies have short legs, as we always say. So truth to power is what is needed in the country. It will help the country to rise, to help the country to become better. But with those kind of politicians, we are going nowhere. Indeed, we need new leaders in a new great Zimbabwe, that is going to be truthful and transparent, democratic and just, that will prosper and make everybody happy. Thank you so much, family, for joining me on this show. Let us meet in the upcoming shows. We are going to be crossing over to the main channel, maybe around 7:45, somewhere there, or 8 o'clock. We'll be starting our live shows there. So let's meet there and we shall be cruising together. Remain blessed. Shalom and shalom.